Good evening. This is News at 8 reporting live from Wisdom Yard Television. I am Adelabu. Here are the news headlines. Adelabu says federal government 35% pay rise mischievous, says 615,000 living wage. Abducted Ondo father son regained freedom. Now the news in detail. The president of Nigeria Labour Congress, Joe Ajaero, has criticized the federal government's pay rise announcement, describing it as mischievous moves. On Tuesday, the federal government approved a pay rise of between 25 and 35% for civil servants across various consolidated salary structures. Speaking on Wednesday during an interview on Sunrise Daily, a channel television program, Ajaero said the last minimum wage of 30,000 naira expired on April 18. We should be in the regime of new minimum wage as of today. Discussions were supposed to have been concluded, Ajaero said. The federal government through the National Assembly legislated on it, but we saw that discussion entered voicemail because the federal government refused to reconvene the meeting that was adjourned. I think the announcement now appears mischievous because there is no wage increase that the government is announcing. For them to announce it now is an issue that we are now worried about at the NLC and even at the TUC. Ajaero further said organized labor has agreed on 615,000 naira as the living wage for civil servants. Living wage is such that will at least keep you alive. It is not a wage that will make you poorer and poorer. It is not a wage that will make you borrow to go to work. It is not a wage that will lead you to be in hospital every day because of malnutrition. For that living wage, we have tried to look at 615,000 naira, he added. Let me give you a breakdown of how we arrived at that figure. We have housing and accommodation of 40,000 naira. We have electricity of 20,000 naira, of course, and that was because the current tariff increased. Nobody can spend this amount currently. We have a utility that is about 10,000 naira. We looked at kerosene and gas, which is about 25,000 naira to 35,000 naira. We looked at food for a family of 6 that is about 9,000 naira in a day for 30 days, and that's about 270,000 naira. Look at medical, 50,000 naira provided there will be no surgery or whatever. For clothing, we looked at 20,000 naira. For education, 50,000 naira. I don't know if those who try to put their children in private school will not be able to cope with this amount. We also have sanitation of 10,000 naira. I think where we have another bulk of the money is transportation. This is because the worker stays on the fringe and because of the cost of PMS, which amounted to 110,000 naira. That brought the whole living wage to 615,000 naira. And I want anyone to subject to this further investigation and find out whether there will be any savings when you pay somebody at this rate. A man, Mr. Malik Omonse, and his son Jethro, who were kidnapped by gunmen, have been released 2 days after their abduction. The Punch reports that Malik and his son were kidnapped while traveling along the Benin-Owo Road in Ose local government area of Ondo State on Monday, as the hoodlums waylaid them and dragged them into the bush. The boy is said to be a student of the Nigerian Navy Secondary School in Mary in the council area. The victims were abducted when the father was taking his son to school after a 3-week holiday. The Ondo State commander of the Amotekun Corps, Akogun Adetunji Adeleye, confirmed the release of the victims on Wednesday. He said the father and his son are safe and have reunited with their family. Adeleye noted that the release of the victims was made possible through the collaboration of Navy and Amotekun operatives. Before the news comes to an end, here are the headlines once again. Ajaero says federal government 35% pay rise mischievous, 615,000 naira living wage. Abducted Ondo father son regained freedom. Thank you for staying tuned. I am Adelabu. Have a good night rest.